Jona put kívánok, hogy vagy, jó? Boy, I thought I would do another video, and in doing so, take you down memory lane, at least my memory lane. And some of you might find that interesting. Some of you might find my memory lane interesting, and others of you, might not might not give a crap. But I am sitting here in my office, and I was driving home today, and I found myself thinking that one of the things on my to-do list, when you're single, you don't have a honey-do list. I know what you guys out there that are married, you have no shortage of things to do. You're always getting a honey-do list. But us single guys, we got to make up our own honey-do list, which is kind of good and bad. But one of my things to do on my honey-do list, or on my to-do list, I should say, was to just consolidate and go through a lot of my crap and just get rid of it. And I say that because I'll never forget. I'll never forget when my father's brother passed away, rest his soul. He was a bit of a collector. He used to collect stuff, and he lived well into his 70s. So one can imagine that over the course of 70 years, you're going to have a opportunity to collect and save a lot of stuff. And I'm no different in that respect. In that over the years, I've saved a lot of stuff, and it just kind of piles up. And I've had these boxes, these banana boxes that I've been lugging around over the years. And every year, as the years pass, things get added to the boxes, and I go from having one box of memories to two to three, whatever it is. And I remember cleaning out the property where my uncle lived when he passed away. And I remember seeing these boxes, and they were just boxes of stuff, just endless boxes of stuff. And it got to the point where you're just taking these boxes, and as quickly and as efficiently as you can, you're either chucking them into a dumpster, or you're trying to discern what might have some possible sentimental value, what might have some monetary value, what might be able to be salvaged and given to a goodwill and what have you. And anyway, so that's what I've been doing for the last 45 minutes. I've been going through a box of stuff. And it's interesting. I mean, this stuff, and I'll share some of it with you here in just a moment. But this stuff goes back, oh goodness, it goes back to when I was just a little kid, all of 6 or 7 years old. And you go through the boxes, and in going through the boxes, a lot of the stuff is related to different periods and times in my life, and different people in my life. And it's interesting. I go through these boxes, and a lot of the stuff naturally is related to my immediate family. And you come across these items from family members that you were at one time you were close with, and now they're just as much of a stranger as anybody else in this world that you've never met before. But it's just kind of an interesting collection of stuff. And I will let me share some of it with you, for those of you, any of you out there that happen to care. And right now there's three of you. So one of the first things I came across in my box was this picture here with my dad. Just really, really a nice that was a nice memory. We went on a sunset cruise. But coming over here, here you've got my box of stuff, and this is trash. I'm going to save anybody who might have to clear out my stuff uh, in the unfortunate event that I leave this world. I'm going to try to save them a little bit of the favor and clean out a lot of the crap. Not that the rest of this stuff wouldn't be crap to them as well, but look at some of the stuff that I've got here. You've got my here's my general discharge from the military. See, I didn't get an honorable discharge. I got a general discharge on the 13th day of June, 1985. And here is my boot camp picture right here. If you can see that, I don't know if you can pick me out or not in that group of soldiers. But if you look up to the top right, top row, third in from the right, next to that tall African American guy, that would be me. That would be me right there, and that would be Sergeant Nathaniel Wood, who was a boy. He used to make me do push-ups more than you can possibly imagine. But you know, you've got that, and here is yours truly. I don't know how old I was in this picture, but look at that. You see, that was a school picture. I had the nice flannel shirt at that time. Came across one of these life little instructions that I will put up, and it says, "Keep expectations high, keep overhead low." That is one of life's little instructions, and I'll put that right along with never be photographed with a drink in your hand. But this is, you know, the day that I mentioned this in a video some time back, and this was a cloud formation that I had seen over the ocean one day, and I took it as there was no airplanes in sight anywhere that could have created that. There were no airplanes, there were nothing, and that was a nice little sign to me, you know, kind of the Lord's way of saying there's an opening in the there's an opening in the sky and what have you. But anyway, some of the other stuff. Here is my military picture right there. You can see. I mean, from looking at that, you could see, gee, how come I wasn't cast into Top Gun right along with Tom Cruise? You know, one would certainly think so. But so there I am there, and here's the stack of letters. You see, I just have letters upon letters from family members and what have you. And what do you do with these? I mean, do you save them and you and do you save them or what? You know, this is the fantasy date auction. I was bachelor number 21. I think I can, let's see if I can find bachelor number 21. So there were 25 bachelors. Yeah, there I am, right there. Bachelor number 21. I was self-employed. I was 27 years old, 6 feet tall, brown hair, blue eyes. Hobbies and interests, I'll try almost anything and everything. What makes me special? I'm a fun-loving, romantic person whose interests range from walks on the beach to dancing all night. I'm caring, sensitive, and have a good sense of humor. And what I admire in a woman, the lady who interests me, is very self-secure, ambitious, appreciates the little things in life has to offer, has a sense of humor, athletic, and health conscious. So as part of this fantasy date auction, it was to benefit the homeless. And they auctioned 25 of us bachelors off, and we had to put together a date. And the women would come and they would bet on they would auction or bid on the date. And my date package, our time together is certain to be a fun-filled romantic weekend getaway. We'll leave early Saturday morning. Our destination, the beautiful Monterey Bay Peninsula. Upon arrival, we'll check into our lovely 2-bedroom cottage, complete with kitchen, at Clint Eastwood's very own Mission Ranch.
So that was my I was bachelor number 21 right there. And interestingly enough, of the 25 bachelors, only I got the second highest bid, and I only lost to the bachelor that I lost to was a lawyer of all things. They actually auctioned off women as well, you see. But that was just another memory. This is the badge. This is the badge from the Basilica. I was a VIP. Don't ask me how I got it, but you see the date, August 20th, 2003, and I was a VIP for the celebration of Istvan Day, Istvan. But there was that, and then again, you just got all the various letters. This has got to be one of the loves of my life, right here. Her name was Savine. Boy, what a beautiful, beautiful lady she was. Her and I had a secret relationship for 3 years. It was secret. She was from Azerbaijan, and her and I had just a wonderful, wonderful secret relationship. I was several years her senior back in the day, but I won't go into the specifics about all that. But boy, I was just crazy about this girl right here, and what a great experience or memory there was. There we were singing karaoke together back in the day. And I don't look back on the time that I spent with her as wasted years. Those were some of the better years of my life, and I don't look at them. The reference to wasted years would be my earlier video this morning. Here is Uncle Tom playing Santa Claus. One year I showed up at the at the uh, at the Hall family Christmas party dressed as Santa Claus and surprised everybody. They didn't know that I was coming home, and there I was. But just really, really nice memories. There is Savine and I again, and I had hair back then. You see, look at that. I actually had curly hair. And there's my uncle. There's my uncle and my father. Look how thin he was. He was probably down to his fighting weight at that point in time. But boy, memories are sure good. Here's Dad. I took Dad to a mud bath. You can see he and I had so many good times together. I used to do so many wonderful, wonderful things with him. There's a brother of mine. There's Savine again. But now here is try to control yourself with this one. Okay, there I am. I don't know how old I was in that picture, but here I am on my trip across America. I wanted to see what a smile would get me. This was right after I accepted Christ in my life, and look at the body that came along with that decision. I was driving across America, and I wanted to see what a smile would get you. And that was the little car that I drove in. That little car right there. I took shoe polish and put on the back of the window across America with a smile. And I journeyed across America seeing what a smile would get me in that little car. Boy, I slept in that car more nights than I care to remember. And here I am walking off into the wilderness. I know. Look at the pants. That's what you're thinking, right? Those were the fashion back in the day. Those pants were all the rage. I forget what they called them, but those were all the rage. And then here is my smoking a stogie, which I gave up. This is probably why I wasn't that good at football. You see, I was number 13. There I am, number 13. in the Northeast, football, little league or whatever the heck they call it. And there's the garden that Tom built. So I'm just kind of going through some of these things and trying to figure out, what I keep and what I don't. And here's another stack of pictures. That was a day where we were clearing out my dad's house. My dad used to collect things as well, and every now and then we'd do a house clearing. Here's little Tommy right there. There's a little kid. But again, some of you may find this interesting, some may not. This was prom night. If I can get the camera to focus in on this, perhaps I can. No, it's not gonna. Doesn't want to focus. But anyway, so that was prom night. There I am with the drill sergeants. It's unfortunate the camera can't focus in on that. There you go. That's what I had to do. Look at that. Drill sergeant on the left looked like he was smoking something. I don't know. But there you go. Boy, what a memory. Mom and Dad. This is the gal here that I dated in the military, and she looked like, she reminded me of Marilyn Monroe. Really, really beautiful, beautiful lady from Springfield, Massachusetts. And she was just, she was really something. I must have been 18 or 19 years old when that picture was taken. Something like that. But here I am going across the Panama Canal. You see? I got my weapon in hand and walking across the Panama Canal. That was a memory for sure. Going across there. Perhaps one of the bigger heartbreaks of my life. Right there. I met her right after I became born again, and I thought she was God's gift to me. And boy, did she break my heart. She shattered my heart. I was probably about 29 years old in that picture, maybe 30. And that Swiss Italian girl, she just broke my heart. Here's a wonderful picture of a brother and myself. Unfortunately, a brother that he and I no longer communicate with. But look at that. And here's a little jungle training. You see, I was going through jungle school back in Panama, and that was if one thing the military did, it sure instilled a lot of confidence in me. You fall off that rope, and you're monkey food, so to speak. But anyway, I could go on and on with all of these different pictures. But this one here's a rather young Tom right there. Look at that. Look at the curls. See the curls I used to have? And there's my attempt at a mustache. But then over here you've got, I don't know what year this is from, 1970. There's my painting. Tom Hall, the sailboats are crashing. They come back up. The men swam back to New York. They got a horse and they rode back to America. See, even back in the 70s, I was a storyteller. You see? Not much of an artist, but a storyteller nonetheless. And this right here, I don't know what to do with this. This is the collection I put together. I had a secret relationship with this lovely girl here. It was a secret relationship. She was from a Muslim country, and they certainly weren't allowed to date. And but we maintained a secret relationship for 3 years together. And the first year for Christmas, December 24th, 1998, The first year for Christmas, I spent a lot of time going through every email that she had ever sent me, and I printed them out and put them in chronological order. And our relationship ended, and I never gave this to her, and I don't know that this was something that she would even want to have. And it's just a wonderful collection. Some of these memories are just absolutely priceless. Really, really something else. But anyway, folks, that is my little trip down memory lane here on a Sunday afternoon, and it is a rather something else. It really, really is something else. Oh, you can reach me by railway. You can reach me by the trailway. You can reach me on an airplane. You can reach me with your mind. You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. Or is that Irish man? No, Arab man. I don't care how you get here. Just get here if you can. But really, really nice memories. So some of this might be of interest to some of you, and to others perhaps not. But it's just kind of interesting going down memory lane. Here I am at the last Bing Crosby. The last year they held the Bing Crosby tournament, and there is Catherine Crosby right there with the hat. And I'll never forget walking up the green to the 19th hole and looking up and seeing her coming down. And it was just her and I, one-on-one, Catherine Crosby and myself. And she stopped and said, "Are you having a nice time, Sonny?" And I said, "Yeah, would you sign my my program?" And that was that. But just memories. All right, folks. So have a great day. I'd be curious to know if any of you have similar boxes of stuff, and if you go through them now and then and just kind of clean them out and try to figure out what to keep and what not to keep. But there is my collection right there. Have a great day.